Now I will show how to detect the surface of the brain slice or any other imaging sample. In OCT, we take the cross-sectional image. Now from this cross-sectional image, if you want to detect the top of the image, the top surface of the image, there is some problem. So usually we detect the top surface of the OCT image by checking the contrast of the intensity image, or we can convert the intensity image into the attenuation coefficient image, and from there we can set up the threshold and figure out what is the attenuation coefficient at the top of the surface, because there will be a changes of attenuation coefficient from the top of the surface here to the when there is a tissue. So by checking the contrast of attenuation coefficient, we can determine that how the attenuation coefficient is changing from one surface to another surface. The transition point will be our surface. But one problem is that like this kind of surface where it's not plane, it's not straight, then like our code cannot generate these things properly, because like in this area is a problem. This surface is the problem here, because when we detect the one surface and we do the polyfit, it cannot determine the surface properly. So what I did is I rewrote the code to detect the surface properly. So the procedure of my method, I will explain that why it's better. So I will go to double camera surface correction here, and I will open this file. It's already I opened here in MATLAB. I'll rerun again. So here are different parameter. I modified the parameter in two ways. One is the frequently modified parameter that you have to modify very frequently. Is the what is your data, what are your calibration file and dispersion file, do you want to save to data or not. And here is on threshold value to detect the surface, and some polyfit order. Do you want to remove the unwanted ROIs? If you want to remove the unwanted ROIs, I will show you. And make directory to save data, to show the image, and how much you want to show the image. And there are some other parameter, rarely modified parameter, I will explain. Let's run the code. It will take some time. So it's reading the data, and because you put what is the data location, this is the data location, and it's calculating the noise, because we have to subtract the noise from the intensity data, and finally we will feed the noise free intensity data to generate the attenuation coefficient, and we will use the attenuation coefficient value to detect the surface. So different file. Now that you can see the noise estimation is done. Now we'll see our data. There are other parameters like which frame you want to analyze, or what are the B line number. These are always fixed. What is the restarting volume, how much you want to remove your autocorrelation noise here. Pairing factor is usually 16. These are some of the parameters to show the image data. And this is the 1632 is the how much you want to filter to remove the data. This is what the conversion from attenuation coefficient to intensity. It's just a way to show the data. And this loading calibration file, data from different folder. This part of the code is for noise estimation, and here is the main code to see how things work. So now we are in the processing stage 1. That what we need to do is we have to see that how, like which noise area we wanna suppress. To do that, like how many area you wanna suppress, 1, 2. If you wanna remove only one area, then click 1 and press enter. Then next window will come. Select unwanted area number one by one. That means you have selected 1. Now this is number 1. So I see some streak here in the image. I want to detect. I want to delete this portion. You can just click, and basically whatever area you will click, you can remove those portion of the area. You are done, then press the right button, then create mask. Those portion will be gone. We will see like how much we have clicked. So first portion we are done. That means we are subtracting the noisy region. You can see it's taking time because it's doing the other calculation. So second thing we have to do is we have to segmentize. Usually the way to segmentize is that you can see that here the up to surface, here that's fine. Like when the surface is straight, you can just like click. So it will take only y coordinate, so you can click anywhere. Say this is my first segment, there is another segment, see here is another segment, I'm segmenting here another time. So that are my segments. Now you can just press enter. You are done. Segmentize done. Now it's calculating. You can see from here that this is the first. Your data is just showing both how much you have removed as a noise and the tissue data. This is the in vivo mouse brain slice data, and this is the attention coefficient data, sharp attention coefficient data. This is the smooth attention coefficient data. You can see that it can detect the surface properly. So we have segmented 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So blue here, the pink one is after the segmentation, and the blue one is without segmentation. So we can see that different segments, the first segment, second segment. So one thing you can notice here that in the first part, the first segment where the brain slice is smooth, you can see that segment is totally fine. Both the pink line and the white line are matched. But here you can see the difference between these two lines. So in this way, you can detect the surface properly. Thank you very much.